Hey guys, what's up? So today I just wanted to show you guys how to install .NET Core and use it to run an ASP.NET Core web app on your computer. So I figured I'd make this video just because I was sort of thinking that okay, you can only use like .NET on like a Windows machine or on a Microsoft operating system, but it turns out you can use like .NET through .NET Core on any kind of machine, Windows, Mac, Linux, like basically all the popular operating systems, and you can just run it like cross-platform like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I just wanted to show people how to do it. So got a few different links here. The first one we'll kind of look at is the just .NET download page. So you can just go here. You can download .NET 9.0. And if you go to the .NET downloads, you'll see there's actually .NET 10.0, but you don't really want that just yet because it's still pre-release as of the time of this video. So you can just get .NET 9.0. That's the latest stable thing we have at the time of writing. And to actually run and like set up a .NET app with .NET Core, you can use Writer. And Writer, it's like the big heavy IDE, just because that's what I'm used to for my day job, and I just use those a lot for Java and stuff. So I figured I'd use the same thing for C Sharp because Microsoft doesn't really do Visual Studio anymore. They want to use Visual Studio Code, and that's a bit more of a pain to set up if you want to use more than one language. And I'd rather just install a bunch of heavy programs so I'll use for one language, and just really optimize for that one language like C Sharp and .NET. So for that you have Writer. That's why I have that link over there, and it's free for non-commercial use. So if you don't want build the next Facebook with it, you can just do whatever with it basically. So we have that, and this repo here, just like a sample bit of ASP.NET Core code, which I'm just gonna set up and run here just for demonstration purposes. So we also have that link over here. So I got all those things. I already installed .NET Core on my machine, or I might just reinstall it just for demo stuff. So if I go to my downloads folder, I'll open this guy here. Just want to make sure the architecture is correct. So I got ARM64 here because I'm using a Silicon Mac. If you're using one of the older MacBooks, you could just use AMD 64. I think it'll be for the Mac OS 10 package. Enter my super secret password. This will just take a few seconds here. And because we're done using this, I just move it to the trash. I already installed the JetBrains IDE. That's what you're seeing here. So I'm not gonna reinstall that. It's just like once you choose a license, you just have to make sure you choose the non-commercial license, and like that'll just make it so you can like use it for free without worrying about a paid license or anything like that. So that'll all be cool there. And what we can do now that we have .NET Core installed, presumably, is just open a new project, and you'll see the eShop on Web folder that you downloaded from the link in the description. Just open that, and if you didn't download that yet, you can just like git clone it or just download the code from the GitHub page. It's not a huge deal. And let's just do a solution to open for that. Let's just do everything. A bunch of release notes here. Table of contents, running the sample app using ACD template. Let's just go to running the sample locally because I don't want to be messing with all that Azure stuff. It's all this. The project uses a real database. For an in-memory database, you can add the app settings.json file into the web folder. Use only in-memory database. Yeah, you can use this in-memory database if you just want to have like the app like not really persist your data. So you can have that in-memory database, and like you'll have like files for it. But if those files get deleted or like modified from some other place, then like your data might get lost. Whereas like with SQL Server, like you kind of have that with like a separate database server and sort of runs separately from your web application itself. So that's what that's all about. Let's see what this app settings.json file is real quick. Oh, sorry, it says app settings.json file in the web folder. Go zoom over to the web folder. Okay, this should be good. We got it configured here. And let's just try running the whole thing. Okay, it's running. That was pretty quick and easy. So we got all of our stuff here. For some reason showing us this resources page, which is kind of strange. Let's see what happens when we click this little URL. Proceed to localhost. Yeah, that should be fair enough. I was wondering why this kind of looked like a whole eShop, but then I remember the app that I was running. It literally is an eShop, an e-commerce shop. So add to basket. Let's see this in the basket. Yep, it seems to be in the basket. So that should be all we need. So the app seems to be running correctly, and like it didn't take super long. So that's it in a nutshell. We got like .NET Core running on Mac, and it wasn't super painful. That's all I have for today. So if you like the video, definitely like, comment, subscribe. All the usual stuff. If you really want to see more .NET Core and like Ruby on Rails and Tekken videos, you can click the bell icon. But other than that, that's all I kind of have for this video. So thanks for stopping by.